So, Professor Barabasi raised the idea that our world is a living laboratory, a place where people amble around, going about their routines, which he said we adhere to about 90% of the time, and all while being studied. And I don't want to get too much into this, whether or not being studied all the time is a good thing, though my information science side tends to say that it's awesome. But Barabasi's living laboratory reminded me a lot of the UNC campus. And I don't think anyone, especially with what we know in SILS, would be surprised at the idea that the university tracks students, as they move around campus. But to what extent can they see exactly what we're doing? I don't actually know the answer to this question, but Barabasi's lecture gave me a few ideas. First and foremost, one cards. We have to use those things and our PID numbers to access the gym, dining hall, sporting events, taking exams, checking grades, even signing in at Campus Health. And so many other activities that can all be collated to create what I imagine is a really accurate portrayal of each student. Additionally, each time a student who resides on campus uses their FlexPass to enter a building, Housing keeps a record of the entry. So Barabasi alludes to a phone company, and I think it's Verizon, he said, that offered to share their data with scientists for study, even though they noted that they usually don't share data because it would jeopardize their customers' trust. And of course we know that from Barabasi's talk that data not shared is generally much more valuable to the holder. So that makes me wonder, would UNC sell or share this kind of data about us and our habits? I mean, it could be really valuable to social scientists. It could also be really valuable for marketing, aiming to sell us things. So what do university systems look like compared to greater society systems as far as routines and predictability goes? I think if Barabasi had all of our data, he would conclude that we, like the rest of his living laboratory, adhere to routines, and he could check those routines very thoroughly, particularly for students residing on campus and using meal plans if he had access to all this one-card data. And perhaps he could even confirm more routines for future predictability through even more thoroughly than with the original cell phone data. And as a final thought, what is the university doing with all this data? I mean, there's got to be tons and tons and tons of it. Personally, I hope they're using it to learn about our habits and trends and using it to anticipate all of our future needs.